8. It's about the 3rd or 4th of October. It's early October, I think it's the 3rd today. It's Tuesday night. And I'm heading for the Cotswolds, basically in search of the CROC, the crocodile. I don't think anything would have been pre-published of any of this, what I've done so far. Basically, long story short, I started sort of August time, I guess, for an autumn campaign to catch the CROC, and I did a couple of sessions and ended up getting suspended from there for 8 weeks initially, which got dropped to 4 weeks after I contested it. And honestly, it was just a bit of a joke, everything. Without going into too much detail, one of the bailiffs, who was clearly maybe threatened by me of trying to catch the fish or something, because he's been after it a long time and he can't, he noticed that there was 2 lads who come down to do some filming with me, didn't have parking permits. Bear in mind, this is a public park lake. They didn't have parking permits, yeah, I basically got suspended for that. Bear in mind, anyone can drive in there and park wherever they bloody want. You know, I didn't have a parking pass either, but they basically just gave me a warning for that, and I got the ban for the other guys, which I just think was ridiculous. You know, bear in mind, we've filmed on there loads of times, never been an issue. Clearly, this bailiff in question had a bee in his bonnet for whatever reason, but it's what it is. You know, if you're gonna be a bailiff, be a bailiff. But you know, the worst of it was that he just tried, you know, to be me mate and talk to me like a normal person afterwards, like he hadn't grasped me up, but he clearly had. But it is what it is. The way of the world. Some people are just wired up differently. Fishing goes to people's heads, maybe. I ain't got a clue. But anyway, enough of the doom and gloom. Let's get back to the positives. I'm going fishing. My campaign has been massively cut short. I was baiting a few different zones, one of which I was really happy and confident with, where I saw the fish visiting, now it's going to be a case of back to the drawing board. It's my first session back, getting down in the night. I'm going to get there, what, 11 o'clock or something like that. I got fuel up. Yeah, I'm going to get down there about 11 o'clock. I'll be walking through the night, listening out, up first thing in the morning, standard procedure, trying to find where they are, and basically take a gamble based on that. Generally I like to have 2 or 3 spots baiting for an autumn campaign, if you can. The ones that pick up the fish in different conditions, blah blah blah, without going into too much detail. But now it's basically where I see them, I'm gonna fish for them and feed them as well, and go for it and sort of see if I can almost catch them on it. It's almost like spring fishing in the autumn, you know, chasing them and finding them. But that will become the spot that I bait. Unless I see a move, then I'll get bait them again. You know, it's just gonna be basically spontaneous fishing, or reactive fishing if you like, to where they are, and hopefully can pick one up, or at least get a step closer. Big part of the puzzle, isn't it? I'll fish it right into November, maybe December, depending on how I think the lake's sort of shutting up. As far as I know, it hasn't really got much winter form. It's a big lake, 70, 80, maybe even 90 acres, a lot of out of bounds, very little fish, by way of stock that is. I'm talking maybe 30, 40 carp or something at most, maybe even less than that. So it's a big challenge, a lot against you. I'll go into the lake in more detail when it comes light in the morning. But yeah, that's where we're at, that's where we're going. This fish has done £50 before, but probably settled the lower end of 40 at the minute. Just by seeing how small it looked last time I was there. It's getting old now, but there's nothing saying that I can't put a few kilos in its belly. I think it just went straight over a roundabout instead of around it. It's pulling up for some fuel anyway, which is about £17 a litre at the Shell garage, but hey ho, I just want to get there quickest, and this was the quickest garage. Happy days. I will see you when I get there. If anything happens tonight, I'll update you as always, but yeah, if not, you'll probably see me at first light. Let's get bored on the motorway and chat some more macca. Hey guys. Turn that way. I am in a swim. It's now just gone 12:30, so had a good sort of hour or so, probably hour and a half, walking about, and it basically came to nothing, to be fair. There's a few cars in the car park. Sort of what I did is stood in a few zones that were empty, hid nothing, you know, sort of 10-15 minutes each corner, and then this bank where the wind's hacking in, so like listening wise it wasn't ever going to be great trying to hear them, just because the trees are really creaking. You'll probably hear it in a minute, and it's just like, yeah, it weren't really the one. So I've sort of used me intuition, my spider senses, my Scotty senses, as to where I think is a good position to start with, where I know the zone out there that's quite clear area, and where I did actually see a couple of fish last time I was down there. I know it was a long time ago, but again, these are the only things I've got to go on, aren't they, you know? So that's what it's all based on. But more importantly, it's a great view of all the zones that I want to have my eyes, that I think I need to have my eyes anyway. The open water, the sort of car park area, down to me left in the bay. So I'm on the far bank. I'll sort of show you the lay of the land tomorrow. Yeah, I'm well away from anyone else, so I thought I can definitely get some rods zipped out for the night. I've just switched all my spills over to distance stuff, just whacking the 5 ounces on. I've got a couple of hinges tied already and a few noodles and that. So I'm just gonna basically chuck a lead out into the zone. Probably only gonna be, say only, you know, it's probably gonna be around that 100 to 120. You know, I'm probably gonna clip it up, clip the leading rod at 30 wraps. Just because I've got a savage crosswind. It's nice and comfortable, nothing too crazy. Fire some baits out there and a few spawns, something to start with for the night and something to sort of sit on for in the morning. And you know, hopefully there's some fish there, who knows. But if not, I'll be up first light, well before first light, but yeah, I'll be watching the water. Standard, same old stuff, different day, seeing where they're at and make a plan from there. So yeah, that's me. Hopefully I can get my head down by about, well, it's 12:30 now, so another hour at this. So yeah, hopefully 1:30, 1:45, getting my head down, and I'll be up probably 5:30, 6:45, 6ish probably. It gets like about 6:30 now, so yeah, about 6ish. Yeah, peace out. Eggy lad. 1:32, 2 rods on the dance floor, 5 or 6 bombs in the zone. This wind is pumping. That was hard work. Luckily I sort of knew where a nice clear zone was, big silty area. Although my wraps were well off, but I realised why. It's because the water's well down. I'll show you that again tomorrow. Yeah, I thought it was going to be about 30, it's about 5 wraps short, and I thought, what? Is it moved? Surely not, and I thought, no, I'm stood 4 wraps, 5 wraps out in the water where I would have usually been. Anyway, peace out again. See you in the morning. Hello! Feels like I only just switched this camera off. It is 7:15. Still not light. Just coming light. Let's see. Take the night shot off. That's what I've got at the minute. So, oh, back to nothing again. Yeah, so yeah, it feels like, oh god, swimmers are bloody pulling in already. Well, I'll show you the swimmers in a minute. Yeah, I've had about 3-4 hours kip or something. 4 hours kip, and I'm super charged, ready to go. Don't ask me how. A lot of people do ask me that. How are you so alive? I can assure you it is no illegal substances. It is literally fueled by these fish. I need to be on my game this week. I need to be on my game. It's so hard to get back into it if you don't go at it like this. Like, you know, this is what gets your buzz, you know, going at it full bore back, you know what I mean? Like, if I come here and just on a place like this as well, with it being so challenging, if you're not on and reading every tiny little detail and you're just blanking your arse off. You're going to become disheartened. Looks good. I haven't seen nothing, and I have not taken my eyes off this pond. But it is hard to spot carp showing on a big pit like this. Especially with such a low stock. If there was thousands in here, I'm sure you'd see them. But look at these bloody maniacs. Look at them. You're swimming downwind, mate. You're not even swimming. Yeah, mental. But anyway, yeah, that's another part of fishing on here. Swimmers everywhere, boys and swimmers, and boats. Come, bloody maniacs! Come catch me out there. Drop us some bait, lads. Looking forward to everything calming down in a bit. Not wind-wise, that's going to stay on, but I just mean all the swimmers go and all that. Give me a chance to have a good lead up and that. You know, I've got some good accessible areas here. Now the water's right down, you can get a good cast. You know, usually, look how far this water is down. So usually, I'd be up there. You know, it's good 6 feet down. You know, I've got bars glowing and everything all the way across here. You can just about make it out there, I think. Yeah, it goes all the way across the lake. You know, there's a lot of... So usually I'd be probably stood about here in the water 3 feet, you know, restricting my cast. So I've got a lot, you know, and I'm sort of five rats further than I would have usually been, and I can cast from the ground. So, you know, it's going to go to my advantage to be able to get out there. You know, the amount of times I see him showing around that buoy there, I ain't going to be able to get on it, but I can get somewhere damn near it. There's a gap. I'll try and cover this mic in case I'm getting loads of wind. Actually, I'll get back in the brolly. So that bar that runs all the way across the lake, there's a few gaps in it, and one of them is just short of that sort of buoy. Probably 40 yards short of it. That buoy's probably a good, bloody hell, couple hundred yards away. At least probably 240. So yeah, there's a gap sort of 40, 60 yards short of it. So yeah, I'm gonna have a good feel out in that area. You know, I've got to make a plan as to what I'm gonna do. I need a plan. But yeah, I'm gonna have a mooch first today. Good walk round, reacquaint, you know, see if they fit. I'm gonna leave it a bit, you know. It's not been, you know, there's only been a few swimmers, so that wouldn't have disturbed them much. Could be one of them days where they stay out in the pond and don't go into the out of bounds. Don't even talk. I haven't even mentioned the out of bounds, have I? Yeah, so there's a couple of out of bounds here. One that's about probably 20 acres in size, and one that's just like a little acre. But they do get in there every day, most days, all day, and then come out for a little play at night. But there has been the odd occasion. When I say the odd occasion, I mean one day in 70 days that they stay out in the pond a little bit longer, or maybe, you know, I'm not saying they're all going in the out of bounds, but you know, you can bet that, you know, you're seeing 90-95% of the stock in the out of bounds every day, pretty much. So again, sort of kills the days, you know. It's one of them things where the locals would benefit. Sorry, I'm all twisted, I'm just walking out. Yeah, you know, if you're a local, you know, you just fish overnighters and baiting, you know, that's, you know, just bait and fish overnighters when the time's right. But, you know, I'm 120, 130 miles away, so it's not the one, but I can use the days to my advantage. Prepping, planning, mooching, you never know. Is that bar that was on about? Be able to make out now, see him? So it starts all around here, you know. Usually you wouldn't be able to see that like that. It goes all the way out there, and then it stops about there along that tree, doesn't it? There, and there's a gap, and then it starts again. You know, and you spend a lot of time. That's one of the out of bounds bays over there. They spend a lot of time out there, so I'm going to be having a look in this area here, 100%. This shows you the how much the water's down. I'm filming like this so you can hear me, because I'm not too sure on the wind situation. So the swim is usually here, but look what's under, out of the water. But what isn't a look at all this out of the water. But what isn't a laughing matter is this otter. I'd heard that the otters have been on, and this is definitely one of the bigger commons in the lake. And yeah, what can I say? Just takes the wind out of me, to be honest. Don't want to talk about it, but yeah, fact of the matter is, otters are rife in the Cotswolds. They always have been, I suppose. But yeah, they're definitely making a mark on here now. I know a couple of the fish have been spotted with real bad damage on them, pecks missing and all sorts. I got sent a video of a couple last week, and yeah, now I've just found one dead as well, so who knows. Certainly doesn't help the fishing, but who cares, it's all about the fish at the end of the day. It definitely doesn't help the fish, so it is what it is. There we are. Yeah, so basically the bulk of the stock, including the big one, is in the little out of bounds bay that I mentioned earlier. I'm over there opposite, over there, out of bounds bay here. This is the first swim. Is a swim that I lost it from a couple of seasons ago. Don't know how much of this vlogging's gone out. This could be the first one, it could be a few in. You already know that, but I like to retrace my steps because there's not loads gone on in previous vlogs, so you never know if they're going to use it. Plus, if you haven't watched the previous ones, here's an update. But yeah, so this is the first swim. It makes sense that this is where you would fish, doesn't it? But you know, years gone by it was never the case, but it has done a few catches out of here now. It's an area that I know you definitely get in. They come out in the night 100% and they go back in the day. So you know, you get two chances. Whether they come out on your line or whatever, you don't know. But yeah, it's as good a start as any. I had a feeling they're going to be in here. There was someone in here when I got here last night, but he's just done an overnighter clearly. So yeah, that's it. In here, got a few nights ahead of me. So yeah, it's a 3-night rule. Obviously, last night doesn't count because it was later on. I'm sure it's a 3-night rule, not a 72-hour rule. So yeah, 3 nights. This will be my first night tonight, and yeah, plan is to find a nice zone out there or a couple of zones and absolutely fill it in and see what happens. What can I do? How's that for Watercraft? Sweat on. Camp is set. Here's my swim. Great view again, all this end of the pond, exactly where I sort of want to be focusing my attention. I mean, what? Fish could tell me otherwise, but previous knowledge tells me that this deep area here, and there's another deep area that I can't see around there that is, and out in the middle, deep area, they're the sort of zones that I'm sort of thinking for the autumn. But again, like I say, the fish could tell me different, but wow, what a place to sort of start in. I'm more than happy, especially with the fish in this bay here. But the bay is literally to me left. Obviously it's out of bounds, or buoys and everything. Not going to go anywhere near that. You know, going to have a feel out here. You know, the zone that I lost it from before was sort of out in this zone. I know it's been caught out in this zone by a friend of mine when I was actually here as well. I was opposite. That was the year previous. And then yeah, I'm pretty sure it's been caught out of here again by a matey that I sort of know. But yeah, camp set. All set up, got it set up properly. Look at that, sturdy as anything. Going nowhere. Camp set, proper bomb, all nice. But yeah, like I say, previous years gone by as well, this wouldn't be here, the water would be right up there, and you'd be pivoted up there, you'd be weighed into here, restricted casting. You know, I'm going to be able to get nice and accurate, and also that little bit extra range if I need it. But yeah, I'm gonna have a lead up. Just gotta, you know, the fish that I'm after is in there. Do your worst, mate. So, found 2 lovely spots. Basically, it was as I remember it. Now I've done it. Basically, this bay is really deep to the left here. Not that I've put leads in the bay. I just know it's deep because the outskirts of it is deep. And yeah, basically you got 2 thick sets of weeds with a channel. Well, a big thick set of. Most of it's milfoil and like a stodgy silt channel running through the middle of it. I'm pretty sure it runs diagonally across the front of me here and over in towards that corner or something like that, if I remember rightly. So I just kept following the channel. It was a bit more on the clip, following the channel. And I eventually got to a bit that was just like a bit of a thump. I was like, ooh, and it was glassy, whereas everything else was stodgy. So I clipped that, wrapped it up, just a little over 100 yards or so. And then kept going again, it was stodgy, and then bump found another thumpy area, a bit of a bigger area, this one that thumped. The first one I found was like literally just this tiny part of this tree. It's like thump, a few casts on it, but the other one is quite a bigger sort of thumpy area, if that makes sense. Don't know what that was. So yeah, a couple of definite, it's just glassy. Definitely been turned over. When, who knows, but it's something a little bit different than what else is there around it in that channel. Hopefully they come out, swim down that channel at that distance, and I'm going to put load of munger out, really. Just chop nut and boilie. I'm going in quite heavy with the baiting on both spots. 2 rods on the right hand of the bigger of the two, and one on the other. Noodles, it's nice and clear. Probably make them a little bit longer because it is glassy, so there's no telling how deep that silt is, but you are getting a thump. So, but who knows, I've dropped leads into silt from the boat before and it just disappears, with rigs on. I'm like, So yeah, I'm going to do noodles a little bit longer. What I'm going to do is it's sort of borderline nice chucking distance with the 40-pound sinking braid, 4-row leaders, and I can hit it, I reckon, but I'm just gonna, I've got my casting braid on at the minute, but I'm just gonna switch back, get my spills out, just gonna switch back to 1 at the minute, just to test it, put one of my sinking braids on. Where is it? Put one of my sinking braid on one of my rods, wrap it up and see if I can hit it nice and comfortably, and if I can, and yeah, obviously it's 40 pounds, thinking anglers, I think it's 40, don't quote me on it. And then yeah, big thick fluorocarbon leader, that's that tint link I'm using now, in the thicker stuff, 0.50. So hopefully I can get long noodles, because the longer the rig, the harder it is to chuck distance wise, with a foam on, 4 leaders, thick sinking braid. Hopefully it's wind assisted. I'm looking at the long forecast. We've got 2 or 3 weeks maybe of southwesterlies. It might swing west and southwest, sorry, which is wind assisted in this swim. Can't imagine any easterlies yet. Basically, there's big hurricane Eric or whatever it is over in the west, over in Florida, and that's just terrorized, hasn't it? So we're going to be getting a lot of southwest, which is what's happening now. So hopefully I get a nice wind assisted cast. Basically that's what I'm saying. Not that it's massive range, but it's just nice to be comfortable, easy chucking, just chucking them bombs up into the air at 45 degrees and letting them cruise out. Helps my back, trust me. Anyway, I'll stop waffling. I'm gonna do this, get rig sorted. Not in any rush, I'm just gonna bait all day. I'm not fishing at all today till last light. I wound in my rubber baits this morning, and they went out about 1:30 last night, didn't they? 1:30, and they chewed half the rubber off. Can you believe it? You know what? I'm gonna go and get one and show you. This is how savage these crays are. Hey guys! So, this should be I think it's the one. Hope I've picked the right rod up. Yeah, basically, yeah. So look how much of that rubber see if I can show it you without being a pain in the ass. They've actually started to chew. See the rubber chewed off? Look how fat it is on the top. Nearly got it off. Yeah. So that means for me, the crays are savage at the minute. I'm gonna chuck them out on last light and then probably, depending on what's going on and that, wind them in at maybe 1 in the morning, rechuck, because they're nice easy zones to cast to. But like I say, depending on what's going on, if I'm getting little liners and all that cray sort of stuff, generally what I have done in the past is just wind 1 rod in. If it's been crayed in any way, redo them all. But hopefully they should survive. Maybe this will be the test night. I have noticed that I'm waffling on a bit here, but I'm trying to yeah, I have noticed that the pop-ups, I chucked Ingies last night because, you know, I just didn't know what was out there, whereas now I know this is Noodle Town. So, the noodles will sit on the bottom critically balanced. I've noticed that the crays don't smash them around so much because they're not pulling them down like a pop-up. So, less damage to the hook and that. They will still go for them, but yeah, not as much. All 3 rods re-spooled, re-leadered. I can just about hit it with the TA 40-pound stuff and the 0.50 leader just nicely. Kiss the clip nice. Yeah, that's all that done. They're all clipped up, ready to go. Obviously, they're not going out till later. Bait, I'm just going for black tigers and normal tigers, just crushed in holes, mainly crushed, but some holes in there obviously go through the grinder. And the reason I'm using this is because I'm fishing quite a silty area, like I said, so this will just lie down nice, just flutter down, and it'll all be nice little white flecks. Hopefully it's going to be visual to draw them down. And obviously some big krill actives. These are like, what are they, 20s, something like that. So yeah, I'm going to put a load of these out as well. So I'm going to be using like boilie shaped stuff. Obviously you've got to get some of this good stuff in them for the autumn. They know what it does to them. They feel what it does to the body, packing on the weight, just like us eating kebabs. We know what it does to us. Not that I eat unhealthy or anything. Alright, I'm going to get this bait out. Wind's going that way now. Right, it's starting to rain. Let's get this off. Ta-da! Sorry, just eating a Gaviscon. Got mad heartburn. 3 rigs. Whether it's focused or not, I don't know. Rubbers, double rubbers. These are pop-ups, so I've bored out a little bit in the bottom there. I've got a shot, probably a double A or something. Bored in there, melted top, so the crays can't pick them up. Again, this sort of replicating a couple of little tigers type thing. I know it's 2 round baits, but again, all rubbers. Got little shots on the rig to pin the rig down. Shots because the crays can't have the shots off. And I've got one on a hinge. On a pink, again, that one's perfectly balanced to the swivel. Another little shot, and putties, got no chance. But see how these noodle kickers come in and that in the morning. If it's all a bit too much going on rubber wise and that, and the crays are just terrorising them, then again we shall look at it. Yeah, rigs are ready, sort of just letting the day progress now. Give it 2 good hits of baiting. Probably going to give it 1 more after the rods have gone out on both spots and finish them couple of buckets off and that 5 kilo bag. And that's that. So yeah, tune in then. Rigs out just before dark, bait over the top, see what happens. Well, as first nights go, pretty confident. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to bounce a croc out or a fish in general, but you know, they all went down, especially them 2 right-handers. That right-hand spot definitely seems the one, but I left them ones mega as well. They're all mega, but just super confident, you know. Fresh braid, rebraided, fresh leaders, fresh everything, you know. The reason I've done that, by the way, I mean, I'm literally, I don't know if I mentioned it, I'm literally just maxing out at it. Just, well, there or thereabouts with this bit of crosswind and all that. just kissing the cliff, nice, you know, foot above the surface, just straighten out a little bit. But the reason, you know, I could just drop the tackle down a bit, you know, off the 40-pound stuff, off the thick leaders, but I'd much prefer, I will always check if I can get it with the thick heavy stuff. I'll always use that because it's more invisible, it's heavier, it's stronger, you know, it's all pinned more, you know, all them things are pluses, you know, whereas if I go the other way and I'm using light casting braids or monos and little tapered leaders and stuff like that, just to make it easier, then, you know, I think you're going the opposite way with it. You know, these are big carp, there's a lot of savage gravel, crayfish chewing at bits, you know, big savage weed beds, there's all sorts going on. Last thing I want to do is lose one to a cut off because I've had to drop my tackle down, and that's why. So yeah, super confident, bait's all gone out mega. I've put a lot of bait in there, my back is in bits. Wouldn't generally load up that heavy on the first night, but obviously with the craze, etc., and just the thought of having something out there for a couple of days and keeping my eye on it and judging it as I go, rather than, like, you know, I like to turn up on something, you know, bait on exit, bait on exit. I haven't exited, this is my first session, so obviously I'll put a lot of bait when I leave this week in a few nights, and then yeah, I'll turn up and fish more minimal then in the right zone. So if the fish have visited it and they turn back up, there's a little bit of bait there, boom, get a quick bite, rather than, you know, having fish on a big bed of bait and I'm not picking up them bites among them, because there's not loads of fish in here, you know, not going to be compared feeding, they might just be grazing, who knows. So right, I'm going to go anyway because I'm chatting macca. Look at this, oh sexy, lovely. A very big carp just absolutely launched out then. A very big carp. What's that? You wind that up. Not a million miles away from me. For 60 yards, I would say. Ah. That might have been looked like it might come out again, to be honest, the way it came out. It fired that way up. I'm not even on the water. What a dike. Look at this one's. Wow. That's a big fish. Must have come over me. There's a good chance when they head into this bay to my left now. Let me straighten this out. When they come into this bay now, hopefully them rigs are still sweet. I don't know. I might be them rigs might be by now. I left them on the off chance because I've had that tench right on dusk, and I have been proven right as well that the tench are there, putting a lot of bait out on the thinking that the tench on the bait would keep the craze at bay. So hopefully, fingers crossed, just at least one of them rigs is fishing. Oh, and again, go on, boom, that was a smaller one. See nothing, and then bang, bang. Come on. Oh, I wish I got that first one. Wow, that was a beast. That was a bit further, that one. I'm getting liners on that right-hand rod, and there is a slick coming off it, 100%. I am literally on that tree, in the V in the top of it, and on the left-hand side of it. And that is a definite slick. Come on. Hopefully it's Carp's on the way to the bay. Come on, girls. Let's be having you. Or girl. Just the one. One and I'm done. One and I am done. Yo, yo, yo. Well, nothing materialised this morning after they were puffing up on me. So you see them couple of shows, one real good one. Brought the rigs in, looking absolutely swish, to be fair. all fishing, more than happy with the rigs and that. The spot that was puffing, I'm going to keep 2 rods on that one still, and then I've found a spot that's a little bit further and in line with where they were showing them 2 shows. And yeah, I'm going to put one out there. It's a bit longer, so I'm just going to have to strip off the 4-0 and just do lead core straight from the braid, but I can still hit it with the 40-pound stuff. So rather than dropping down to the light casting lines and stuff like that, I'd rather have that. It's just about that strong, robust line, being able to bring them through anything, control them, rather than playing by their game, if you like. So yeah, that's the plan. Just loading a load more bait on the spot that I fished last night. I'm going to stick on the same bait, but on the other one, I'm going to use the new bait from Sticky. It's like a red one. Show it you in a bit. Really nice. It's got like a sort of plum. It's got like a fruity scent, if you like. When you break it up, it's got that liver, that fish meal inside. Nice. I like the colour as well. Nice deep red. Lovely time. I'm shouting because I don't know how much you can hear over this wind. Probably loads, but you know. Alright, a few more of these on this spot. Then I'm not going to put as much on the other spot, just because I didn't get crayed too much, so I feel like maybe they weren't out there in force. So just enough for a bite. 10 spoms or something. That's lovely. 10 spoms or something. Always leave the spom out, I do, where the seagulls think they want to dive. They won't dive when the spom's there. Give the bait a chance to go down. Takes a bit longer, but it's worth it. But yeah, 10 spoms on the 1 rod, out long. Hopefully enough to entice a bite, but it ain't easy. The bait I was on about. See if you can. I'm gonna have to get it out, aren't I? Lovely. Oh, nice and red. And then broken up. Drop a few there. Crays will be loving that. See if you can see this. Yeah. Lovely. Yeah, it's got like a fruity smell. And then when you break it open, you smell that fish meal. Look at that. Drop it on the floor. Yeah, that's it. Let's try that. On the other rod, play the 2 against each other, 2 different spots in it, so why not? Then, ready to go. This one's going on the one that's a bit further range. Again, just bored out the bottom of these rubbers. Melted, coated braid over the top. Boom, press it down so it acts like a stopper. And I've melted it underneath as well, because I double it back on itself, if that makes sense. 2 ends poking down here, burn them. 2 ends poking out the top, burn it. Well, 4 ends up the top, burn them. So it's jammed on. Got that lead blocking it as well. And yeah, just same again. Boom. On the old noodles. This one, if it focuses, come on, baby. Yeah, there we go. Just gone for yellow tonight. Had pink last night. Again, doubled up. Burnt underneath and burnt over the top. Ain't going anywhere. Proved last night with the sorry for the blurredness. Proved last night that they're all surviving, so yeah, job's a good one. The shots are doing the job. Now it's part and parcel this week. A lot of people, no doubt, I'm in no doubt that struggle, you know, with the craze initially, like myself, you know. 1 second, let's adjust this camera to face me. Oh shoot, nearly lost you then. Scotty special. Woo! Stay. Yeah, dealing with the craze is a task in itself. To try and have rigs fishing for the morning, sort of bite time, and through the night, which is general on here, which for obvious reasons, the fish sitting out of bounds all day and come out a bit later on. Seen the big one in the bay again today, and yeah, that's it. That's all I've got to report. Baited up, rigs are ready. Gonna get them out a little bit earlier tonight because I am knackered. Don't know if you've noticed, barely had any sleep, so I need to maybe catch up or get an earlier night. I say I catch up in the day, and never do, never ever. But what time is it now? 4 o'clock. These rigs can go out. They were sound from 5 o'clock yesterday. The reason, you know, I like to leave it till last light, but always keep a good hour or so at least. Just because you've got to cater for if you get a wind knot, a crack off, touch wood, you know, them sort of things. You know, if you're leaving it right to the death and it's just not going right, you can't spot, then you're chasing yourself, and it's like, you know, you haven't, you know, for that hour, you know, although it's vital, less cray time if you like, you don't want to be left with a rod not fishing as effective as it should be. So yeah, out they go now, and that's it. Let's see if I can catch this crocodile or one of his friends. Oh no! Well, that'd be a wind knot. What happens with freshly spooled reels? Oh, baby. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, I'm going to cut here because this could take a week. Right, back in the game. I'm going to do the other 2 rods and tie a fresh rig because the hook got dinked over. Well, yeah, I had to re-wrap it because I lost 6 wraps. I just ended up just pulling off and didn't even bother trying to do it. So yeah, get these 2 out, fresh rig on that one, ping it out, job's a good one. I have to wade out of touch because of the bushes, chuck, and then walk backwards to the casting spot. Come on, grabbing you. Rat like. It's on the verge of having a meltdown then. Could you tell? Would you believe it? It went out first cast after I turned the camera off. No, you don't believe it. I know, but it did, with a foam on as well, which is buzzing. And then the other one, because it was a hinge, it didn't need a foam, and that one went out sweet as a nut after about 74 casts. I hear you. Only 74. Yeah, just got to tie myself up a little naughty noodle now for this one. Job's a good one. Found a lovely zone out this way. Obviously you got the bay, and if you do use that back margin, there's a bar that runs all the way over the lake, like I mentioned. There's a gap in it. I found a lovely silty zone just short of it, so it's far enough out that they ain't going to get in that bay before I get them back over here, if you understand what I mean. It's only the bait that's out of bounds anyway, technically, sort of there, but I'm fishing it right out here because I've got to come along that bar, hopefully not up in the water, to come across me. And then yeah, I'm just going to put 2 back out, 1 on each spot that I've got out here. Gone all 3 hinges. I noticed that they were the least touched cray wise this morning. Well, the crays had done less damage to the hinges, so I've gone all 3 on hinges. Just makes that casting a little bit easier as well. You know, being able to keep the thick heavy tack on, you know, and just at my extremities. You know, I had a bit of a mare yesterday. But yeah, just gonna get them out, whack them out. And tonight could be the night, I reckon. Hee. One. Yes, that was it. Let's see the rig swing round last second as well, kicked out to the right. Love that. Right, I've just seen one boom out in no man's land, like right out sort of there, and I mean a big fish, sprayed a lot of water. This is like random time of day. We have just had some rain come over. Just had a little liner and definitely got a bit of a flat spot. See it there? Coming up off that spot. See him? Like, something might be going down here. Rods are alright anyway, but don't know, I don't know what's going on, but something's going down. Maybe the rain pushed them out of there and boom. Happy days. Quiet night. Last morning in this swim anyway. I'm working them out. I'm getting there. Definitely work these crays out. So yeah, just a matter of time. Just fishing for bait. Can't see me. He's just fishing for windows, aren't you? Windows. Just fishing for windows, opportunities. And here they're definitely more limited than most places. So you just got to set them out. You're not expecting 5 bites a day. Just waiting for them ones here and there and piece them together, which I'm more than happy with. I'll show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see. There you go. That's what we got. Beautiful time to be alive and awake. Yeah. That would be the sound of a disc cutter and a generator. Life in the park. Life in the park. This is what life in the park is. But boats, dogs, just in me swim. You alright, mate? How you doing? Disc cutter going. Lovely. Alright, gotta be quick because I'm running out of battery. Running pretty low, but I am in new swim. Well, that was out of focus. I was over here. This is all that side of this point. This is all out of bounds, and now I'm in this swim. I'm gonna fish out there because I've got a buoy here. I've got a buoy here. I haven't got a next buoy to there, so there's a bit of a gap. Not too far. It's beautiful, all iron weed all the way out pretty much. I just can't really see it, but it's just lovely for there's grey. Lovely. Oh, is this focusing on the actual lens cover? Hi. Come on. There we go. Yeah, it's lovely low lying weeds all the way out. Lovely silt area around here. So I'm just gonna put 3 choddies out. It's all perfect for choddies. So I've got 2 already done here, and then one on the wrap stick. It's got a yellow one, brown one. I got a pink one down here. Yeah. Choddies. Chod heaven. Literally, I set them. These will be about 4 foot. I've got to put the marker out because I'm going to put it out just for throwing sticking. Something a bit different than what you're probably used to seeing me doing, but definitely something that I've got in my locker. I've done it a lot of times before. Just I found a zone. I want to put 1 chod on this silty area. I'm going to flip 1 either side. I'm going to put the marker fork down the side of it as well. And then I'm going to just walk down this bank a bit and throwing stick across. So I'm getting it on a similar line all the time. You'll know what I mean when I show you. But yeah, choddies. look at the nick of me. Put that on. Put my phone on silent. Right, absolutely nothing happened last night apart from me snapping a rod. Don't even go there. Yes, nothing. It was dead. Just dead. The only thing that changed was it was flat calm. The full moon come up, it looked mega, and then it got a bit misty and it went real cold. Probably the coldest night of the year, sort of this side of summer. Again, I'm going to keep this brief because of my battery, and just in case something happens. I mean, I bet you're probably sat there like, yeah, mate, we don't want you chatting waffle. We want to see you catching some fish. Just not one of them wakes. I'm fishing for a window, basically. That's the way this place works. Fishing for the windows. Just got to make sure I'm fishing as effectively as I can be for when them fish hopefully turn up. But listen, conditions last night did not favour at all. I didn't see a single fish, didn't even see a tench, and I've been seeing 30, 40 tench shows a morning. Now, coming in tonight is the actual full moon, and with it is coming a pressure drop, overcast, a little bit of rain after midnight. It could be the one. I've got to be off at like 7, 8 in the morning. I mean, look where I am anyway. This happens first thing in the morning, swimmers are out, so I'm fishing through the sort of swimming aisle, if you like. So what, no rods in. Speedboat comes out about 7:30, and then the swimmers come out at the minute. Sometimes it can be earlier than that, but yeah, obviously it doesn't come right till about 6:30. So that's the plan today. I'm just literally tidying out all my kit, going through it all. This is going to be my 6th night tonight. Obviously I'm keen as mustard because I've been off the lake. I'm playing catch up. Generally, like I said earlier in this filming, of 6 nights worth of fishing. I hope they've trimmed it down to a good 20-30 minutes this, and it's going to end with a nice big carp. But if not, I'm talking to myself again, and you probably won't see most of this. But yes, well, what even was I on about then? Yeah, I'm sitting about in the days doing nothing. I'm not fishing. Where was it going? Yeah, the days are wasted. Have I just repeated myself like 3 times? I don't even know what I was on about. That was it. So yeah, generally I'd have a few zones. I'd know I'd be on the pattern of the fish, you know, all that. But now I'm just playing catch up. I'm fishing for what I'm seeing. I'm guessing. I'm finding spots, you know, in swims. I haven't got any of that in my armoury. You know, so it's all a fresh session every day, you know. But I am working my arse off, I promise you. I am up in the nights. I'm hardly sleeping in the day. I'm getting a little bit, and I'm up at first light. I'm wearing away now. Definitely feel myself dipping, but this fish is keeping me powered, and hopefully I'm going to get it right. The southerly is going to blow straight across me. If they come out of that bay, get caught in that wind later on, and come down here, I'm going to have some rigs waiting for them. Went for the choddy approach last night. Don't think it was the right thing to do. However, you can't really say that. I'm basing that on the thought process of what the craze could potentially do to chods, without you knowing. You know, you're relying on it being sat up. If it's over the weed and it pulls it down, it could get caught up in the weed. So probably a bit of a schoolboy from my point of view. Chods has always been a quick reactive bite fishing for me. Didn't really think about the cray sort of thing last night until I was chatting with Pump, one of my mates. And we sort of started thinking, you know, they could do some damage to them chods, drag them here, there and everywhere without you really knowing. So I did find a couple of spots yesterday though, so there's a couple of zones there. I put a big sort of tennis court size area of sticked out baits, and you know, so that's all around there. I'm going to bait these spots later on when I get a window of opportunity after these swimmers, and then I want to have a feel right out in the pond that I could potentially put one rod on. I've got some scopes in the van, but I'm not going to use them. My reel's all good still, so I'll just put once I've done all my baiting and all that, I'll switch me good working reel onto me marker stroke spod rod, or spom rod, whatever you want to call them these days, and blitz it out there with that. That'll be my long range rod, if I can find something that I want to fish. If not, I'll just fish these 2 zones that I found yesterday. That's it. I will fill you in later on, but yeah, it's 10, 11 o'clock now. Yeah, 20 to 11. I've just been sat here all morning doing nothing. Rods came in real early. Basically, just been watching the water and now started to have a little clean up. Peace out. Right, done. Pretty much run out of things to do now. Actually prepped everything I can. Oh, I'm down to 0 battery. I'm gonna have to go, but yeah, rigs are ready to go. Going on the helis into the silt. That's all I've got to say really, waiting on the swimmers. Hard work this, hard work. Looking much better tonight, they're all out. My battery light's flashing. Look, it's full moon, so last night, it's my 5th night fishing. If it all comes together, the next video you're gonna see is me with one on the bank or telling you I've got one. If not, it'll be me in the van crying. Nothing! Back for more. I am buzzing. I am I'm so in the zone with fishing at the minute. I haven't fished like this. I've been in this mindset. Sorry about the bobbly camera, I'm going down a dodgy road here. I've been in this mindset for a very long time, you know, probably looking at, you know, the likes of when I was on, I don't know, maybe a bit of Dinton and that, a couple of seasons ago. Maybe probably last winter when I had that comment out of Dinton in the winter or late autumn, whenever it was, late November. 1 second, just got a roundabout. It's still light as you can see. Right, let me tell you what I'm doing anyway. I'm in the zone, that much is clear. It is 25 past 6. Just going dark. I'm probably just gonna get to the lake just on dark, which I've done purposely. I'll come back to in a minute. It's the 14th of October, day after my brother's birthday and the day of my dog's birthday. Give her a big love this morning. Been grafting all day, and now yeah, I left sort of Manchester, where I was about 3 o'clock or something, and now I'm in the Cotswolds. So done quite well. No speeding, all legal. Back to the big pond, back for more punishment, but you know, every day is a step closer, just waiting for a window of opportunity where they turn up. I'm happy that my rigs are always fishing when I'm winding them in, beating the crayfish. It's just a matter of time and hopefully timing it right. When I say matter of time, it's not like, oh, it's just a matter of time I'm going to catch it. It's a matter of time, timing, you know, just hopefully getting it right place, right time. And I'm there, you know, they're out of them out of bounds for 3-4 hours, maybe a little bit more, and they're probably not really hanging around much, you know, because they've got to travel to places, they've got to travel back to the out of bounds, so you've got a small window of opportunity, and if your rigs aren't sat right or you're not in the right place, there's a lot of body of water they can move into. It's a big lake, not many fish, a lot of tench, a lot of crayfish, with a tiny window of opportunity. It's very hard. Not trying to say, look at me, I'm fishing the hardest lake in the world. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, trying to paint that picture of how hard this lake is to sit through. You know, this isn't for the faint-hearted. Lads sit here for years after years after years, and rightly so. And I could quite easily do the same. I'm not saying I'm going to nip in and nip out of this place and catch this big one. That would be lovely, but I will stay here until I die, it dies, or what have you. Anyway, enough of that. I'm getting to the pond. Probably update you a little bit in a bit. That's what I was doing. Come back to, I'm turning up at this time purposely. Not only was it busy, but I want to turn out. Oh, well, I might catch 10-15 minutes of light, but what that means is if it had turned up 2 hours ago, if you watch my vlogs all the time or you've seen them before, you might have heard me say this before. Means if it had turned up 2 hours ago, I'd have been rushing, got into a swim where I probably pre-baited or what have you from last week, getting there, rushing, get the rigs out, bumming, and then I'm fixed. You know, I want to turn them fish come out around about this time right now was around the time last week when they came out. So I want to see where they go, listen where they go, you know, and be able to trace them. When I'm in a swim, I don't have that pleasure because hey up, where are you going, lad? When I'm in a swim and I've got rods out, I don't have that pleasure, do I? I can't chase them and find them and hunt them because I can't leave my rods, you know. So especially at the minute, bloody hell, I'm on thin ice, aren't I? They give them a reason on here to ban me, and they bloody will ban me for the absolute idiots that are so unhealthily desperate to catch this carp that they feel that they need to get rid of me because I'm a threat. Anyone can catch a fish. You know, it's been proven, people have done it. A mate of mine, a mate of mine rocked up a couple of years ago, boom, first couple of sessions, had it, job done. It's been known to come out on people's first fish. Anyone can catch it. We're all there for the same reason, you know. I'll never, ever be a spiteful that tries to get someone thrown off a lake because I feel that they're going to catch that fish before me. Wow, that is real deep and desperate stuff, and it's an unhealthy obsession. That is what I'm calling it, a very unhealthy obsession. And if you ever find yourself in that sort of mindset, yeah, it is you against the fish, but it's not you against the other anglers. It should be all the anglers against the fish. If you ever find yourself in that mode where you feel you're turning really spiteful and you know, negative towards everything and everyone around it apart from the fish, then it might be worth trying to take a step back and thinking, wow, this has changed me as a person. I certainly would. But anyway, going to the lake, I'm absolutely buzzing. I cannot wait to put a hook in one of these fish this year. It's absolutely boiling my blood. It's boiling my blood. I'm bloody mental. Eggy lad.
Settled into a swim on the bottom bank, just on the road bank. I'll show you tomorrow, but yeah, basically there's about 5 or 6 lads on in the sort of middle zone area, so I don't fancy slipping in between and messing around. So it's either mooch all night and see where they're at, or just set up away from everyone with a great view for the morning that can see over all the zones that I presume the fish are going to be in. And that's what I've done. I'm not near anyone, so I can basically have wedded up, found a lovely zone about just short of 120. It's nice easy flick, back of the wind. Just got some bait ready, manila, red maize and yellow maize, and basically got 3 little yellow hinges, different sizes and different sort of colours to go over the top. Lovely times. All ready to go, all singing, all dancing, really. There we go, that's a bit better, isn't it? Just got to clip him up, get him out there. It's quite a nice big zone by the feels of it. I put like 5 or 6 leads, clipped up at sort of 120. Let me turn this around, put it in night mode. Yeah, clipped up at about 120, and yeah, just went straight into weed, quite thick weed. And then yeah, kept pulling back over it, dropped into a nice sort of silty area. Got a good sort of rod length and half, I pulled back, clipped that up, put it back out there, got a nice clean drop through the water bump, and then went a bit left, bit right. There's a nice sort of horizon marker that I made that as well, so quite nice easy fishing. I thought, you know what, get some rods out for that night, why not? So yeah, probably going to put these 3 out, 10, 15 bombs, maybe 20 over the top, just because of the craze in that. See what happens, you never know. Here's an area that I know does fish. The only time I've ever done, I did my first ever night in here, I didn't actually put any rods out, just camped. But yeah, I know this road bank definitely does throw them up now and then. It's just not an area I've seen them much, so I've never really paid a lot of attention to it, so you never know. We shall see, but yeah, if I don't see you through the night because something's going on, see you in the morning. I'll be up before first light, you know it.
Big pond. This is where I pitched up last night. Already on the move. Going back round into so basically this is where I was. Great view out here. Yeah, going back round into the point swim. Obviously that's the bay where they live. Then yeah, I fished out here last night. It's a nice, lovely zone out here. Not too far away from probably where I saw them fish show out of here last week. But yeah, I've been around, stuck a little bucket in that swim, packed down, fish. The CROC's already in the outbounds, you know. So it's again just back to that thinking of I've put some bait in that zone. Hopefully get a chance on the way in and on the way out of the bay. And that's all I've got to go on at the minute. I was up at about 2 o'clock last night till about 10 to 3, heard nothing. It was flat calm and quiet as well, so yeah, just obviously they weren't showing, not in this sort of water as well. I mean, even if they were as far as the eye underway, I reckon I would have heard them if they were booming out. So yeah, nothing to go on, back to the drawing board with it, into an area where I sort of I know, and that's it. I'll put some bait. Sick.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. It's getting all a bit techers. Noodles, drilled out underneath for the little shot. Boom. Manila and maize I'm using, so nice little combo of rubbers and one on a hinge as well. Gone to this lead-free leader now on the helis, fishing that silt, straight braid straight through. It's only like just under 120, I can get it. So yeah, it's a little bit heavier than the 4.0, and obviously with the craze, state me, with the craze, they shouldn't have a go at it. I know they picked the lead out of lead core, so obviously this is lead free, so hopefully no drama with them. Fishing in silt, great blending over silt that. So yeah, just nice and strong, you know. Fishing around a lot of sort of gravel and that, and a lot of weeds. You never know if they kite in this bay, there's bloody buoys and everything. Obviously I'm gonna be on them, but you just never know, do you, what can happen. You don't know what's out there. It could be sunken buoys, it could be sunken anything, so just have that nice strong gear on. Just gives you that confidence. I've got 40-pound sinking brace straight through to like 5 feet of this lead core, leadless, lead free. It's called something, 1 second, it's called Subfleck lead free leader, 45-pound. Woo! That's it. So we'll see. You know, that's what I mean. Sorry, it's confidence, isn't it? I've got big hooks on, big strong braid lines, but everything you need really. Got some new sexy rods as well. Some Terrier distances. But he burst one of mine last week. Don't know if you saw that. But yeah, chucked them out last night. They went out nice, so we'll see. This wind's all swinging to where I just moved from. Wasn't supposed to do this. Supposed to be like straight east, which is like that way. Maybe it's, yeah, looks about right. Might have a bit of north in it. We'll see. But I will be keeping my eye down there because I give him a good sort of bucket, well, a small bucket of bait last night, so something to keep my eye on. I'll show you the goodies before I get it out. Just chops, few whole, but mainly chops and manila because I'm fishing on the silt, so it flutters down. Maize and a little bit of red maize. That's it. Put cloudy manila over the top of it. A tiny bit of hemp oil, which is why you'll see that I'm getting this big flat spot. You know, obviously got a lot of deep water in front of me. Hopefully it's something that'll be lingering through the layers, and they'll drop down on it. Go try some it. Got them 2 rods rocking out there. Actually got the angle like this. The rods are fishing about there. I've got this angle so I can give them left hand straight away. I'm sat right on them. Obviously I'm not massively far anyway, but the last thing I want to do is trying to kite too far left. I'd beat them back anyway by walking down this margin and winding at the same time. I've got enough distance to get them back before they get in that bay, if you like. So yeah, but I'll just give myself a little bit of advantage. So I've got the left hand, and when I pick up into it, I'll go left-handed, and hopefully that should guide them out. I think they'll go that way anyway, into the deeper water. So 2 out on that spot, and I've got 1 here out in the zone where I seen them showing last week. Them couple of shows that I saw in that morning, and one the following morning. So yeah, absolutely loaded it up. Been spomming for a good while. Backs in bits. Rods have gone out. 4 o'clock. Quite like that. I wanted to get them done early today. Not too fussed about the craze at the moment. They haven't been giving me any either. you know, I'm bringing them back in and they're still fishing, so I'm happy. Until I start getting mither with them, if, fingers crossed, if I get mither with them, I'll start redoing the rods in the dark or leaving them till last light to get out. But like I said, well, like I always say, is the last thing you want to be doing is waiting for that dip in the wind later on, and then something go wrong and you've got no time to sort you. So, you know, you could have a frap up, crack off, whatever, it happens, and then you're rushing around. So, all sorted. Get a state of me. Got an absolute savage ulcer. I want to show it you. Go on, oil. Ah! I know everyone went. Then, if you suffer with ulcers, wow, it's a bad one. Bonjela. Got some.
Wet feet. You only mean one thing. The left-handers has gone. Yes. Buzzing. First one. Knew that was going to work. It's a bit of a chunk as well. Oh, hello. Absolutely nailed. Oh yeah, doing it. Oh, good girl. Right, let's get this rod back out, quick time. Seen that one in there. Seen that one in there with the big one. She ain't far away. Right, so I'm gonna try and get her in a retainer quick, just in case I need the net again. Might be coming out in a group. I've only got one net on me because old Benny Talbot's got me with a net. As we'll grab a quick weight on her. What a wump it is. Little wump. There we go. Dangerous, couldn't it? Flapping out and back in the water. It's not a bad fish, you know. Not a bad fish. Oh no. Oh. That's a bit of a chunk. Look at the gut on that. Go on, now. Right, get a quick weight on her. Get this net set back up. Get this rod back out. Well, get it ready to go anyway. And then I'll do some quick self takes with her. Job's coming. It is. 36.8. Happy days. Happy days. Good girl. Oh, you fatty. Been a while. Or has it?
Definitely has.
You happy with that time, mate, or do you want a couple more?
Do a couple more.
The
He
Harrow.
always rattles loads off, doesn't
I didn't
he?
even know there was a fish in here called the Harrow.
Tail down and such.
Sicko. Happy?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Happy, mate? Oh, go too mad, lid. Hello. What we got? Dylan. Happy, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Right. Two guesses which way you're gonna go.
Boom, boom, boom. That's right. Absolutely buzzing. Hopefully, let me put night mode on and you can see my beautiful face instead. Yay! Yeah, hopefully that's, you know, it's the start of me figuring them coming out of this bay. You know, it was so spot on. Like, you know, I had no issues at all. There's so much weed between me and the bay, and I'm well out of it. You know, if you know, I'm casting Well, I mean, I'm probably, yeah, I'm nowhere near the bay. But yeah, no issues at all, which is good. Just went straight in the weed, cranked it in, and then weed popped off somewhere close in. Just had a bit of an under the tip battle. Job was a good one. As soon as I see it rolling around, I knew it was the one that the CROC was with, so I was more interested in trying to keep it. I literally waded it right under this tree to my left ear because I was more interested in trying to keep it away from that other line. Because obviously I got 2 rods on the spot, and that was the most important rod. As soon as I seen it went to CROC, that rod became more important than the fish swinging around under the tip. People might think that's a bit mad, but it's just the way it is. I'm here for a crocodile. Obviously I want to land them all, but yeah, that rod, that line became very important. But yeah, buzzing. Hopefully I've sussed this out, because I feel like you get 2 chances, like I've been saying, way in, way out. If they're coming in and out that way at the minute, obviously levered it with bait last week, and I've moored bait on it today. You know, I put a pair up, must put 3-4 kilo of maize and chops and all that. So hopefully, well, as soon as I put a lead on that spot today, I knew there'd been on it. You know what I mean? I knew it was turned over. So, but it's you never know if it's craze or tench or whatever, or little fish or the carp, or so you just gotta let the fish tell you, and it has. So buzzing, happy days. Hopefully, I mean it's close enough. I mean, from where they sit in the day, it's probably 130, 140 yards. So, you know, but you know, if they nip out that bay in the day, you know, I'll definitely sit on these rods all day long now. You know, now I know that they're visiting that spot. They see consistent bait, they might just nip out when they're a bit hungry in the day, and boom, pick one up in the day. I mean, it's quadrupled my fishing time at the minute, that has. So feels like I'll be pulling that extra night, because you only get 3 nights in a swim, so this is going to class as my first one, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday, so I could do till Tuesday. And so yeah, but we'll see how we're going. Well, I've only had a fish, it might have just been a random one and nothing else happened. So yeah, one of the boys just messaged me saying he's about, and he's going to drop me a McDonald's off. Happy bloody days.
Instead of bloody tench. Well, had a bit of a bloody nightmare. Well, depends what you want to call a nightmare. Haven't died. But here we had a right hand rod, had the one out in the open water. Yeah, I had a tench on it, and as I was rewrapping it, the reel seized, and yeah, it's just started bulk spilling at the back. Which, funnily enough, I'm actually going to pick up 3 new ones tomorrow off a mate of mine that I've bought. Same ones, because you can't get the parts anymore. So I bought 3 new ones. I'll say they're second hand, but they're better nick than mine. And that doesn't help me right now. So I had to take my spod reel off my spod rod, get the spare spool for it out of the van, and then just re-spooled that. Re-spooled the reel with braid on it, sinking braid off the other reel, and the end tackle. Now I'm just tying a hinge up for it. Don't fancy whacking a noodle out with a foam on and all that, so hopefully I can get a hinge out there in one chuck. It's all clipped up. Ow. Yeah, just a bit of a late night missions on. But the rig is absolutely untouched by craze. Absolutely untouched. So hopefully that means that the craze aren't about, because the carp are about. What I'm saying? What I'm saying, mate?
Morning. Morning's here. Well, it's on its way. Anyhow, I'm knackered. already. Only second night in. What? And so much. Couple hours. Oh. No joy through the night since getting that rod back out after the tench. A lovely unwelcome tench, which then made the oscillation on my reel go. Which then made me have to respool my spod reel with some sinking braid and switch everything over and then get a bit of rod back out. But it's fishing, rod's back out, so it's game on. Looking very, very sexual now. You can only imagine, well, there's a couple of little bits and bobs going on over this spot. I can only imagine this would be the time that they'd sort of be looking at rocking up into this bay, so let's see what happens. But yeah, I'm seeing little bits going on, little bits of bubbling here and there, and fish jumping out like that. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I'm like yeah. Keeman. Hello, doggo. Quality.
Okay, I've gone all three in the kill zone. The zone's big enough. Why not? 3 rigs. There's 4 carp that is swimming around with now. We're 3, and so got 3 there. You never know. Stack the odds. Another. It's a big bucket, by the way. Load of bait, a load of liquid in there as well. No doubt at the bottom. I do like that. I like it when the liquid goes to the bottom because it makes you work towards the bottom, because that's the nicey bit. The nicer bit. Tench. Yep, just gonna literally whack as much of that as I can out in the next half an hour or so. Just keep going and going. I don't want to go too heavy, but at the same time I do need to put bait out. I could do that tomorrow before I go. I don't want to put too much out. Like I say, I want to try and hold them, but I don't want it to be too much there and not get a bite as well. So start finding that balance. I think I might just go lighter, to be honest, and then give it until that bite, because what I don't want to do is I'm coming out and I'm still baiting. So I'm thinking, I'm making this up as I'm filming this, by the way, I'm sure you can tell. I'm thinking just put 10 bombs out now, like I would over 3 rods, because there's no way the crazy intention are going to clean that up in the next few hours. It's about 2, half 2 now or something, maybe. Oh no, it must be 4 o'clock now. It's got to be 4 o'clock. I think I had the bait. Yeah, it's 3:30. I need to get some bait out and literally just sit back, and then I might put some out in the night once I feel that they've gone past me for that morning chance in the morning. Yeah, that's the plan. Back. Well, last night hasn't happened. I'll tell you what, it doesn't half feel good. That carp is literally charged up. It is in them snags doing things I haven't seen it do since a few years ago. Literally barging around. It's coming out. We'll see what happens tonight, but I've got a feeling in my heart of hearts it's going to get caught in the next few days, maybe a week. Might be able to pull tomorrow night, not in this swim. I've got a good idea as to where they're going to, but we'll see. We'll deal with that tomorrow, see if I need to stay or what. We'll see what happens in the morning. Yeah. Could happen still. Got 2, did have 3 on it. I brought one of them in. You can't see the rods anymore, I don't think. I brought one of them in, put it out on the main zone. I did bait that as well about half an hour ago, just before dark. I've just literally pinged that rod out there, so I've got 2 on that zone where I caught from, 1 out in the pond where I've been baiting since last week as well. Remember, I'm only 2nd session in, so I haven't got any consistency yet, but caught one. Happy days. Well, what's happened? Call. Quiet night. And that's it. Update complete. I'm literally... We come here.
I'm literally just waiting to hopefully see something. I have got one night of absolute messing stuff up for tomorrow. I'm supposed to be doing so much stuff today, but I have got one night where I could twist a few things around and do a night. Can't do it in here because I'm timed out in this swim. But if I see something somewhere else, I definitely can do it. So I'm just literally hawkeyeing pretty much everything else. Obviously keeping an eye on my zones as well. But yeah, it's more about somewhere is there a move where I need to be getting. I've got an idea of where I ended up last week, or the one opposite where I heard them. But apart from that, I really need something to give me that drive. Like, yes, I need to get there. But apart from that, we'll see. I'm just going to weigh it up in a bit. See if I can juggle things around to pull that extra night, just to have eyes on the pond and ears on the pond for another night. Get some bait in areas, and you know, I've got probably 3-4 weeks left of this campaign, so anything I can pull out the bag to get it done, especially when I know that fish is due to come out. I've seen it charging around, bullying the other fish out the way. Usually when they've been in that snag, they've just been sat there moping around. Yesterday, totally different. It's coming out. It's game on. It could, if I get in the right place, there's a good chance of hooking that fish. So these are the times when you've really got to pull it out the bag. It's not just about when you know, oh, I've caught a couple of fish, so I want to stay on sort of thing. It's one of them where I've seen the fish that I actually want physically change its behaviour, and I know it could be any day now. That is more important to me than just because I've caught a couple of fish off a spot. Oh, I want to do another night. Obviously, yeah, you want to do another night, no doubt after that. But for me, trying to single this fish out, that's more important. So I could have caught nothing and seen that behaviour, and I still want to stay. Yeah, right, eyes on the pond. Let's see what happens. What's this little thing going on? Horny lid.
Right then, pack down, and I'm going. Want to get back for the weather that's coming Wednesday, Thursday. Just got to get this half a bucket of bait out and that's left in there, and then we're on the road. Rods are still out. Yeah, just packing down. It's about 10, half 10 now. Hi. 10, half 10. Get this bait out. Hopefully be on the road for 12. A few days at home doing some work, like the rest of us. And then back for hopefully Thursday, because it looks, the weather coming in for Wednesday into Thursday, it's going to go from 1,022 pressure to, by Friday night, Saturday morning, 998. Big pressure drop, big winds, bit of rain, bit of everything really. So that's the plan. Let's do it. If you don't see me again, I caught nothing else. I just put some bait out and then off I went. Bye. Oh, I am gunning for it.
Me and Lloyd out on the bank.
We got some crazy scenes going down.
Buzz it, proper got the energy, got the bug, man. You know, to be moving at 4 in the morning and that. I'm like, yeah, come on.
Wow, I've just had an absolute dilemma. It was always gonna happen, wasn't it?
They came and they went.
I can keep ears and eyes on this end of the pond, try and work this end of the puzzle out. This is what we came for, my friend.